Okay, so in this video we'll look at system development for the small 4-output project. What I'd like to do is toggle between screens here. So let me set up the PLC software. Project name will be Winter Weather. And my I/O, I have one module. Okay. And I don't need to see the labels, so I'm going to turn those off. And I think I'm ready to go. So let me toggle back to the other screen. So I have 4 outputs. I have a lamp for each pump, and I have 2 pumps. And I was looking at the instructions, and here it says the lamp turns on, then 3 seconds later the pump turns on. So I have 4 separate outputs, and there's no way to tie them together. So let's create 4 rungs. And I'll put 1 output on each one. Okay, so this is a starter. You have to start somewhere. So I'm going to call this pump 1. That didn't work out too well. Try again. Pump 1. Pump 2. My 4 outputs. I really don't need these lines in front of them because I'm gonna modify this as I go to make it work. So it says when the selector switch is off, you can press start to turn on pump 1 lamp. Wait 3 seconds, then turn on pump. Okay, well let's try to write this as it says. One by one. So let's look at pump lamp. So normally closed, this will be run. I know that's the run switch, but I'm just going to call it run. And if I press start, that will turn on pump lamp. So let me draw that line in here. And of course, that's going to seal in. So let's put an open contact here called pump 1 lamp. Okay, get rid of that. And let's sketch this in. Okay. Let's go back to the instructions. Okay. So pump 1 lamp turns on, wait 3 seconds. Okay, so there's a timer connected with this pump 1 lamp right here. Let's see if I can add that timer. Timer, it's going to be tight. So what I'm going to do is right click and add a couple of blank rows. And I didn't mean to break it, so let's fix that. See if I can drag things around here. And then this timer will go here. Okay. Timer, it could be TR1. Preset of 3 seconds, 3,000 milliseconds. Okay. So I press start. Pump 1 lamp turns on. 3 seconds later, pump turns on. So pump is up here. I'd really like to move that down here. So let's see if I can do that. I'm going to put a couple of blank rows. Let's see if I can cut this and paste it right here. And I need a contact out of my timer to turn on the pump. So let's see if I can do that here. It's going to be tr1.done. And let's wire this in. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. Try to focus on one thing at a time here. So let's go back to the instructions. If it is off, selector switch is off, which is run. When you press start, pump 1 lamp turns on, okay, and stays on. Wait 3 seconds and turn on pump 1. Okay, pump 1 remains on for 30 seconds and then turns off. Okay, so that's another timer. So let's put a timer here. Let's put a pump 1 contact and a 30-second timer. This can be TR2, a preset of 30,000 milliseconds. Okay, so when this timer is done, I need to stop the pump circuit up here. So I need to break the seal in, or I need to interrupt out here in the front. So I'm going to take a normally closed contact and put it right here. It's going to be TR2.done. So if TR2 is not on yet, I'm going to let the pump run. When TR2 is true, I'm going to interrupt the pump. So let's just try this. I feel like it's getting close. So let's go online. And let's go to monitor mode. I'm going to press start here. I'm going to release it, 3 seconds, pump. Let's watch the pump run. So 30 seconds is a long time when you're waiting for something to happen, but let's watch it. Also, I'm not concerned about how these don't quite line up on the right-hand side. It'd be nice if they did, but it's not important. Logically, it's fine the way it is. 25, 26. Okay, pump is off. So that looks good. Let's go back to the instructions. Okay, so I have the same thing for pump 2. So let's go back to edit mode. Let's do a copy run. Let's do an insert. Okay, so this is going to be an open run. Let's replace it with an open. This is going to be pump 2 lamp here. Pump 2 lamp. This is going to be TR3 with a 3-second delay. It's going to be TR3, not TR13, TR3. Pump 2. This will be TR next. So let's copy this and paste it there. This is pump 2. This is TR4. This is TR4. Okay. So now I think I've got 2. Let's go back to monitor mode. And let's try the second one. So let's turn on run, turn on start, and turn it on. Okay, there goes 3 seconds, pump 2, looks good. I'm going to let that run. So up here, well, I'm going to let this run and I'm going to look at the instructions because there's something else that I have to fix here. It looks good to me. Okay, instructions say, here's the difficult part. If you move the selector switch once either pump has been started, finish the 30 seconds of runtime, then wait for start. Okay, what that means is I need to bypass the run switch so that if it turns off or on, it won't make any difference. So what that means is I need to move this inside the branch. So let's go to edit mode and let's see if I can just drag that in there. Yes. And patch it. Okay, and let's go up here. Let's patch this one. What I'm doing here is once I press start, pump 1 lamp is on and it won't turn off again for 30 seconds, no matter if I turn this switch off or on, whatever I do to it. And I'm just looking here, and I want to make sure that this other one can't turn on once I've turned the first one on. So 2 cannot turn on if 1 is already running. So I need to tie those together as well. And I will put that up here in the front. So I'm going to put a pump 1 lamp. I'm going to copy this. Let me go to sorry. I want to be in edit mode. So I'm going to copy this instruction and paste it here. Okay, and I'm going to copy this one and paste it here. And it's going to be a normally closed. So what this does is, let's say that neither one is selected. Either one could be started at that point. Okay, so let's start with the first one here. If run switch is off, I press start. Seal in pump lamp. Pump lamp runs like it's supposed to. If I turn run on after it's been started, this will close down here, but since pump 1 is already running, this won't function. So let's just try it and see. It's easier to watch it than to explain it. Okay, so let's try to mess this up here. So let's start this pump 2 here. Then I'm going to turn off the run switch and try to start pump 1. Nothing. So this one is still running down here at the bottom because the pump 1 lamp close contact locks out pump 2 and vice versa. Pump 2 locks out pump 1. So let's let it turn off here. Just got a few seconds to run. And then we'll try the other one. Okay, so let's try pump 1. Okay, so it's running. And if I turn on the run switch and hit the start switch and whatever I want to do to mess it up, can't quite mess it up. It's going to finish out its 30 seconds. And then it'll be available to start again. So if I was to turn this on while it's running, I'm going to watch it time out here. Then I'll press start again. And of course 2 should turn on. Now if I hold down the start button, this pump 2 will recycle automatically. So, you know, if you really don't want that, you could probably, that would get tricky then, because we want to make sure that it can't restart if start is pressed already. And that's tricky because I can't put a closed start here because I can't have it both ways. Have to think about that a little bit. Something like when this is done, rather than just resetting the pump, I would have I'd have to have a closed start before I could reset. So let me work that in here, and let's see if that would work. So so instead of doing an automatic reset here, what I'll do is I'll put a TR4, okay, and I'm going to copy this start push button. I'm going to make it a closed start. So if I'm not pressing start at the end of that 30-second period, I will go to a coil called pump to reset. Okay. And pump to reset is going to reset pump 2. So this is going to become an open contact. No, it's going to stay a closed contact. It's going to be pump to reset. Let's try that. And I'm only going to work with pump 2 this time. Okay, so run is on. Hit the start button. Let's watch it run here. So since let's hold down the start button. Okay. So not exactly what I wanted, because I do want the pump to turn off. But I don't want it to restart. Okay, let's turn that off. Of course, that turns it off, but that's not really what I wanted. So let's try something else. Let's go back to TR4. Okay, so that will definitely reset my pump, turn it off. But I don't want it to start up again. Well, there's a couple of things I can think of. Let's get rid of this right here. There is an edge triggered contact. It's a looks like maybe a positive contact, positive edge triggered. So that means that it will only see the close of the start push button, but if you hold it, it won't respond to it. So that would probably work. So let's just try that. I'm not a big fan of the edge triggered contacts, but you know, I think it might work in this case. So let's try this as an easy fix to it. So let's trigger that, and you see that it's triggered. Start is on. Let's just let it run. Okay, let's just see if it malfunctions or works correctly. It should work correctly though, because it won't re-trigger until I turn this off and then on again. And that'd be a quick fix to this messy problem here. Let's let it run and watch it here. Okay, reset. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to re-trigger it, and there it goes again. Okay, so that's the answer to that problem. So let's go to edit mode. I'm going to copy, and we're gonna paste. Well, we're gonna paste it there. And we're gonna download that, and we're still running down here, so let's let it run out. Okay, and let's try to trigger the first one. So let's run switch off. Let's hit the start push button, and it's going to go. This is not quite finished because pump is not the real pump output. This is just a coil called pump. So what I could do is go back in here and edit this to change the name of it. But I think what I'll do, just make it easy. I'm going to go offline, insert a blank row down here. I'm going to put a open coil here. Get rid of that. I'm going to tie this in here. Okay, this is going to be output 3. M1 output 3 is the pump itself. Okay, pump lamp is that's fine. It's output 1. I like the way that looks. I'm going to just try to be consistent with it. Okay, and then I'll do the same down here. Let's do a coil. This is pump 2 lamp. Pump 2 lamp is output 2. And then pump 2, I don't need another row, so let's just do a pump 2 is output 4. I'm starting to like the way I can sort of freehand draw things in here. It's not the neatest way. I mean, it doesn't look super neat, but it's nice that you are not restricted to certain structures. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if things were kind of cleaned up on the right side here, but it's no big deal. So let's try it one more time. Let's go to monitor mode. And I'm also going to go to I still have something else to do. The run switch is input 1. So I feel like I should probably, let's go down here let's do it at the very top here. Okay. I don't have a simple way of fixing this, so let's do it this way. Let's do an open contact. I'm going to go with the input 1. Okay. It's going to go to a coil known as run. So when this coil turns on, this turns on or off. Okay. I can tuck it into the same run, so let's do that. Let's put another contact here called M1 input 2, which is my start switch push button. Okay, so let's try this now. I'm going to turn on input 2, which is the start. Okay. So I have toggled the start push button. I've activated pump 1. It's running. Let's turn on the run switch, and let's sit on the start push button. So nothing should happen here once it times out. But once I let go of start and press it again, I should get the second one because it's queued up to run the second one. So let's let it time out here. And let's let go of start and trigger it once more. And there goes pump number 2. And if I go to the graphical layout icon, I can see that I've got pump lamp 2, pump 2. My inputs are, I'm going to double click that. I'm going to double click that. So now when it times out, I should go back to an off condition because I'm not selecting anything. I'm just going to watch it run here. And there it goes. Okay. So I think that's about all I want to do with this. Actually, we went beyond where I said I would. by adding this anti-restart function here, which is a pretty common thing to do. It also makes it possible so that, well, no, I won't go any further than that. Yeah, it's anti-restart, but only once you've pressed start. So you have to let go and press a second time. So anyway, there's the whole problem. Looks good to me. I would upload the code to Blackboard, but I don't want to do that. That makes it a little too easy. You can stop the video and back up, and you can see what I did here. Very, very straightforward.